Portugal's Golden Visa Program has been one of the most popular in all of Europe. It gives you instant residence and a path to citizenship. But like so many popular residence programs, the cost of getting a Portugal Golden Visa is going up. This is your last year to get in on some of the good deals, and some of the deals are going away entirely. I'm going to tell you what's changing on January 1st, 2022. Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson. Here at Nomad Capitalist, our team of 36 people, our network of global experts I've curated over the last dozen years, and yours truly help 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs and investors legally go where you're treated best. You can learn more at nomadcapitalist.com, and also you can read our ultimate guide on the Portugal Golden Visa and others at nomadcapitalist.com if you prefer to read. Now, after a lot of false starts, after a lot of speculation, after some different ideas being circulated, Portugal has finally come out and said, here's what's changing with the Golden Visa Program. It's going to become more expensive, and some of the opportunities that are most popular are going to be off the table entirely. Now, originally this was slated to start July 1st, 2021, but you've got a bit of a reprieve because these changes actually come into effect January 1st, 2022. However, given the entire state of the world right now, and given that Portugal does have some bureaucracy when it comes to closing on things like real estate, you don't want to wait until the last minute. So if you're looking at the Golden Visa, talk to Nomad Capitalist, talk to whomever you want, but get your investments going. Here's what's going to change. On the real estate front, one of the most popular ways to get a Golden Visa for years, you are no longer going to be able to invest in any of the high density areas. That means Lisbon, that means Porto, that means most of the southern Algarve region with the beaches. Off the table. There will be a few municipalities in Porto and in the Algarve that are less desirable where you can still invest. Most of those are going to be more inland. I think there's one area in the Algarve that is smack dab at the western coast, but it's not going to be near all the other beaches that you're used to, or in Porto, it's not going to be the center of the city. Lisbon's going to be off the table. So it's not going to be a matter of being more expensive. If you want to buy in the cities, it's simply not going to be an option. Now, this gives you an opportunity to buy in what some people consider up-and-coming cities like a Braga, or in some of the lower density coastal areas, or in some of the more inland resort areas. The problem is those areas have less liquidity. I've been pushing people slowly away from real estate unless it's for someplace they actually want to live, because the prices have gotten a little frothy in my opinion. Even though Lisbon is still a relatively cheap European capital by EU standards, I remember going there 10 years ago when the prices were next to nothing. And now I kind of think a lot of Golden Visa buyers, especially at that 500,000 euro price point, are often overpaying because there's so much inventory being marked up to qualify. So I think that potentially you can save yourself from some of that, and you can look at the entire country for real estate in 2022. But if you want to buy in Lisbon or Porto or on the beach, you're going to want to move this year. What's going to also change? The fund investment. You put money in a venture capital fund or in some kind of private equity fund. Right now, 350,000 euros. Next year, 500,000 euros. So that is going to go up. Most of that money, or all of that money, is going to be locked up. Most funds are going to be 6 years, all the way up to 10 years long. I talked to a lot of the funds. Most of them, more than it seems like before, are not paying annual distributions. And so that's money that's locked up. You know, some of the funds might return 1% a year. Some are projecting 15 or even 20% a year. Projecting being the key word, of course. But you know, you're not going to see that money come out at least until you claim your permanent residence, and many of the funds go longer than that. So you're looking at a 6 to 10 year hold on that without access to those funds. You don't have full liquidity because if you cash out, you lose the visa. Many of them whack you with an exit penalty. So that's money you've got to tie up. Less is better than more in that case. And so that's going to become more expensive. Capital investment. If you're looking just to park your money in, bonds or in the bank, that's going from €1 million to €1.5 million. For people who like, very, very conservative investments, that's going to become 50% more expensive as well. And you're going to see some of the other options become more expensive. So for real estate, 500,000 euros for anything in the country's interior or in the islands like Madeira or the Azores. Anything in renovation down to 350. That's been the case up until now, except again, you're going to have fewer places to invest. What's not changing is the requirement to hire 10 employees. If you're looking to build your company, you could put a cost center in Portugal and have that cooperate with your companies overseas. So if you want to hire 10 staff members in Portugal, that will remain the same. A couple of the other less desirable options will remain the same as well, like contributing to an arts program. I believe that number is staying at 250. So the bottom line is, I've been saying this for years. Every year we keep a list of programs that go up in price or simply go away. This is a hybrid. The most common option is going away. Now, I've often said that the most common option in Portugal is real estate because most people are buying from real estate agents who want to make a commission off of you by selling you often overpriced property. Not nearly as overpriced as back when the program started, and you saw 30 and 40% markups, but you still see commissions often 4, 5, 6%, 8% on some of the properties being sold to Golden Visa investors. So, that option is going to be going away for most of the desirable areas. The rest of them will simply go up in price by about 50%. So, what should you do? Well, if you want to get in on a residence program, I always suggest doing it sooner than later. And so this 2021 would be a good time to figure out if I'm going to buy real estate, where do I want to buy it? How do I make sure I'm not overpaying? How do I make sure I'm not getting the gringo deal or putting a fat commission in someone's pocket? If I'm going to invest in funds, what's the best fund? It's certainly something that we spend our time doing with our real estate team. I talk to a lot of fund managers. We help people with that every day. But whether you want to work with Nomad Capitalist or not, this is an opportunity to get in the year 2021. These things are not going to be processed instantly. Before you can even start with your Golden Visa investments, you need to get your tax status set up. You need to get your bank account set up. You need to sign documents and get things going. So that'll take some time. If this is a program you want to get involved with, I would get started now to make sure your investments are made this year, closed this year, and qualify under the current terms before prices go up dramatically or before you're just left out in the cold next year. The benefit of a Portugal Golden Visa, you can watch our video, you can read our article on that. Bottom line, ability to live in Europe, minimum time in Europe of only 7 days per year on average, ability to work towards citizenship with drastically reduced conditions versus most European countries. The devil is in the details as always, but much less so than in other countries. And so it's a great option to get yourself into Europe, to give your children and your whole family an opportunity for the future, but it's going to become more expensive, so now's the time to get started if you want to get a deal. How can Nomad Capitalist help you? 4 ways. Number 1, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to make sure you get our new video every day. Number 2, get a copy of Nomad Capitalist, the book. You'll learn a lot of my personal experiences over a dozen years of studying this stuff, as well as exactly some of the strategies that you can use to build your Nomad Capitalist plan. Number 3, if you're not sure where to start, but you want to come and learn from my team and I, you want to come and mingle with like-minded people, learn more about our live conference, Nomad Capitalist Live. It's coming up soon. And number 4, if you want some help right now because you've got a burning issue, you need something solved, you want to lower your taxes, get a second passport, or build the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle of your dreams, go to nomadcapitalist.com and click on Become a Client.